Hello, people. How are you today? I'm very fine because I'm showing you the highlighter challenge. I thought about why not doing a man for a change because I always draw women and I hardly ever draw men. And the thing that was holding me back was because I thought drawing men is boring because they have short hair, they don't wear very cool stuff that's very fun to draw. And then I thought to myself, why can't men wear flowers? And men do have beards, right? And they are fun to draw, right? So I decided to draw a man, and also because I found a picture on Pinterest that looks so nice. I don't think I did it justice, by the way, but it was so great. It's just a man with dark skin and beautiful flowers on his head, and he was very, very fun to draw. Although I'm not sure if I made it clear that his skin is dark. I don't know if that's important or not, but in the real picture, his skin looks like, I don't know, it reminds me of coffee or chocolate. I just love dark skin on people. I somehow wish that I had darker skin because I'm so pale, but it's okay. Every skin color is beautiful in its way. And also, I kind of wanted to break gender rules because who says that men can't wear flowers on their head? Who says that men can't wear pink? Who says all those things? Who says that a man that wears flowers on his head isn't really manly? I don't know. Society is kind of messed up in that way. Let's not talk about this. Let's talk about more positive things. Let's talk about how I was surprised that the paper could actually handle a lot of layers. At first, I thought that I would really have to draw like painting by numbers. Do you remember that? You just draw one layer because you draw one shape next to the other, and then in the end it turns out like a real picture. So I thought I'd have to paint like that or draw like that, but I really didn't because I could layer them. You see that in the beard I used tons and tons of layers. I think that's because of the paper that I used. It's Bristol board, and I will link it down below, by the way. And it could handle water-based markers. So I was so surprised. I will have to dry this paper with other water-based markers. I just bought the markers from IKEA, so I'll be testing those in the future as well. And I was really surprised at how the paper handled it, and I could layer. Of course, the paper did get rough after some time, and a little bit of the paper came off, but it was so slightly. It wasn't close to what I was expecting because water-based markers are really bad for paper. Most of the time they will rip the paper and even make holes in the paper, and I didn't have any problem with that. It just came up a little bit, like I said, but it wasn't really that hard. After some time, it was kind of hard to get more layers onto it. If I wanted to layer a lighter color after a darker color, it got harder after some time. It's not like Copic, so what was I expecting? It was really nice on how it behaved, and I was really surprised by that. And in the end, the piece turned out so differently from what I've expected, so differently from what I've planned to make it look like. I had a very simple picture in my mind, but it turned out quite complex. At maybe halfway through, I started to really love it, really love the way it looked. And then in the end, I think I kind of messed it up again. I mean, it's okay. I'm okay with the result, and I won't ever start hating my artwork. Sometimes there are pieces that I don't really like that much. For instance, I did a piece a few weeks ago that I don't really want to show because I'm not satisfied with it. But most of the time, I really kind of like my artwork. Of course, I see my mistakes and I'm constantly improving and trying to get better, but I think there's no point in hating yourself for making a mistake because that's just the proof that you're trying, as cheesy as it sounds. But try to make anything without mistakes, it won't happen. So that's why I always say it has some mistakes, but I'm kind of okay with that. I feel like I said it in every video, but it's really how I feel. Because I don't want to get too attached to my artwork. I don't want to be like, wow, that's the best thing I ever did, and I can't possibly do anything as good as that ever again, because that's really not a thing that's putting you forward, because it will just hold you back because you're competing against yourself. You say that I did the best thing and I can't top this again. And on the other hand, I really don't want to hate on my artwork because that's not useful at all as well. So I try not to get too attached to it. If it's done, it's done. And then I move on to the next one because that's what art is about. It's more about the process than about the outcome. And I think, yeah, that's easier said than done, but I try to live that as much as possible. And I try to never stop. Just do the next one. If you're done, just start with the next one. That's really a tip that I can give you if you're an artist or a creator of any sort. If you create anything and you're not completely satisfied, don't edit it and just let it stop you. Don't pursue perfectionism too much because you can only pursue it so far. Just try to move on to the next thing and make it better. Learn from it. Just go on, keep doing the stuff you love, because it's just about doing the things you love. It's not about what comes out of it. And if you really like those ideas, I highly recommend my all-time favorite book, Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. It's just, I'm really an atheist, but that's kind of my Bible. I really, really love her concept. She is kind of a little bit on the spiritual side. I wouldn't go too far with saying that, but she talks about magical stuff, but I don't know. I don't take it too literally, and I just really, really love that book. I'm just reading it the second time, and it's my absolute favorite book. It's just so amazing and so well written. Go on and read it. I will link it down below if you're interested in that. So I really, really hope you liked that video, and I wish you a nice week. And I also wanted to quickly mention that I will change my upload day from Friday to Saturday because it's easier for me to upload on Saturday, because then I have Saturday to edit as well, and it's just easier. So the next video will be up on Saturday. So thank you so much for watching again. I wish you a very nice day, and until next time, goodbye.